Hi, my name is Rachel. Welcome back to another plant channel. If you're new here, I'd love it if you take a second to click subscribe so you don't miss out on any planty content. But today I want to share with you my favorite plants from the month of March. I feel like it's important to kind of like take a second and appreciate the plants that are doing good or the victories that you're having with your plants instead of just always trying to buy another one. She says after a haul video. But you know, it's important to kind of recognize that this plant is really doing well and kind of evaluate the ones that aren't, which I'm going to share one at the end that's kind of like flopping. We'll talk about that. But I'm going to start off with my Hoya Carnosa Compacta, and you will see this one is blooming. Now, I've had this plant about 3 years, and this is the first time I have ever gotten it to bloom. I'm trying to be super careful because I don't want to knock it off. So this one smelled kind of chocolatey to me. I have one other Hoya that I've been able to get to bloom, and that's the Hoya Eye, and that one smells kind of like butterscotch. I can't really say that I like the smell of it, but this one you only smell like when you're up close to it. At least I only smell it when I'm up close to it. The butterscotch one, sometimes you can catch a whiff when you're walking by, and it's kind of like sour and weird. But this one, just really pretty. I'm really excited about it. And I see that there are some other peduncles. I don't know if you can see there. There are a couple other places where I have noticed peduncles, but I just really excited. It took 3 years, but we're finally getting a bloom. Okay, the next one I want to share with you is another one that I have like a project kind of going on with. So this is my Forgetty Eye. And I just want to show you this guy first. We'll do a little bit of a tour here with him. There is a new leaf coming out here. This is the most recent leaf. It has some weird damage at the top, which I don't know what caused it because there's not spider mites or anything, so maybe it was just humidity when it came out. It's still gorgeous. But that is not the most exciting part. The most exciting part is it's got an inflorescence. So I successfully pollinated my just basic grocery store type anthurium, and that one flowers really easily, so it was a good one to get practice on. And I saved pollen the last time my anthurium fingers was having an inflorescence, so I've got that pollen saved in the freezer. I am watching this one here. When this inflorescence is receptive, it should get little like sticky droplets, and I'm going to go ahead and try and do a hybrid. So fingers crossed, but it's really exciting to kind of check in on it every day and see where you're at and kind of plan, you know, this is coming up. So I'm just really excited about that right now. I have another, let's see, Alocasia, not anthurium. This one's an Alocasia. This is my Alocasia cuprea. And out of, oh, I didn't want to knock that off. Okay, so this one has a new leaf here. And you can see it's still kind of hardening off. It looks a little floppy, and it's still kind of like that greenish color. These are the leaves that are already hardened off, but then it also started shooting a new growth out the side of the original stem. So I'm really excited for that too. And this one, I mean, it looks so pretty and exotic, but this one has been one that is really easy for me. This one has been pretty much no issues. I don't have an IKEA cabinet. Everything I have is sitting out on a shelf. No, I do have a humidifier, so I keep the humidity probably between like 40 to 60 in that vicinity. But this plant is just killing it. Okay. Next one I'm going to show you is a plant that is finally starting to, I think, acclimate and maybe just pick up a little bit. And this is my Philodendron Atabapoense. And we are up to like what? 1, 2, 3, 6 leaves now. This one I got last May, and for the longest time it didn't really do anything. And then in the past like 2-3 months or so, this is when it started growing all of this. So maybe it was just getting acclimated. Maybe now that spring is here, it's picking up. But anyways, I'm excited to see what it's going to do. I'm excited for it to get some larger leaves. But it's just kind of got a wonky shape, and I enjoy that about it. And then the backs of the leaves are red. That's always fun too. And then the last one that's gonna make it on my favorites of the month is my Rhodospatha. Now this one, I don't know the exact type, so it's just Rhodospatha sp. But every time a new leaf comes in on this, I love it. They come in this bright red color, and the bottoms of the leaves do kind of stay that bright red color. You can see, where's the oldest leaves? The oldest leaves are not as red, but they still do have some. Now this one I don't have a ton of info about. I've been growing it since around August or September. I picked it up at an Ecuagenera plant pop-up, and I do know that it's related to the Monstera. It's in the Monstera, the same family. But this one's a really easy growing plant. Pretty much I just water it when it dries out. It doesn't need excessive humidity or anything, and it just keeps growing. And it looks like it would be very easy to propagate. I have not tried yet, but you can see up the stem, there's all kinds of nodes with little aerial roots started. So I feel like this would be an easy one if you wanted to go ahead and do that. So those are all the good ones. Now let me show you my sad boy. This is my Alocasia Nicoletiana. You might see it called a Friedeck, but I think Friedeck is only the variegated one. So this is, it's down to one leaf. Before fall hit, it had probably 4 or 5 leaves. It was doing really good, pushing them out fast. So I'm thinking this is probably more of a, you know, fall, winter, dormancy, like resting type thing. But hopefully it will pick up again now that spring is coming. And this leaf does have, you can see another leaf on the way. So I'm going to keep trying. And the thing with alocasias is even if you lose all the leaves, you don't lose the plant. You know, you still have it all happens in the roots and the stuff. As long as they stay good, you can regrow it. But I don't know, just gradually watching leaf after leaf drop does kind of depress you a little bit. So hopefully we get that new leaf to pop out. Hopefully spring will kind of trigger some new growth and we'll fill it out again. And it does have some spider mite damage on it. You can see some speckling and stuff, but I have checked that it wasn't a terrible infestation, so I don't believe it dropped the leaves because of that. I think it's just less light, cooler temperatures, just not ideal, so it kind of reacted. So we'll kind of nurse this guy back to health, hopefully. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed seeing which plants I'm really enjoying this month and which one I'm kind of struggling with. Let me know which plants are doing really good in your collections right now, and I will see you in my next video.